Have you ever noticed that some people use their embroidery hoops, what you might consider to be upside down or possibly inside out? Hi, I'm Ford. This is my supervisor Nugget, and I'm one of them. So this week on the Caterpillar Cross Stitch YouTube channel, I'm going to explain to you why I use my embroidery hoops in the peculiar way that I do. I call it stitching in the well. Now, I prefer to be able to just jump right into the topic rather than spending a bunch of time on housekeeping. So if you want me to be able to continue doing that, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave me a comment when we're done. That'll show that you really like the way I'm doing things now. Now, when I refer to stitching in the well, what I'm talking about is loading the fabric in my embroidery hoop such that my stitching surface is on the underside of the hoop rather than being on the top side of the hoop. So here I've loaded this for the other method of stitching, which I call stitching on the drum. So that way we're stitching like it's on the surface of a stretched drum, rather than the way I normally stitch, which is to stitch down in the recessed part of the hoop. And the first thing that I would like to do is clear up a little bit of terminology confusion. You will sometimes hear this called stitching in the ditch, which is a term, but it's a term that comes from sewing and from quilting. Now, when you sew together two pieces of fabric, face to face or back to back, and then open them up, you get a little ditch or a little valley between those two pieces of fabric where they join together. If you then put a seam or a line of quilting down inside that valley, as has been done here on this quilt, albeit a little sloppily, that is stitching in the ditch. The ditch that is created by the seam in the fabric, you're stitching in that, either to emphasize the quilting pattern or to hide the stitch that you're using to hold the pieces of fabric together. So the fact that that term exists and rhymes makes people inclined to use it to describe what we're talking about today. But that creates confusion, so I'm going to continue to refer to it as stitching in the well in order to differentiate it from that technique. Now, there are a number of reasons that I prefer to do it. So let me first show you the problems that stitching on the drum causes that I feel stitching in the well solves. The first is that when you finish with a thread and you need to bury the end of your floss, the most common way that I do that is by taking my needle and tucking it under a few existing stitches. If I am anywhere near the edge of my hoop when I do that, I now have the problem of needing to bend my needle up in order to get it up over the edge of the hoop, or to take the hoop off so that I can bury those threads underneath there. So going back this way, my needle is very much going to strike the hoop, and if I need to go back the other direction because I have a short line and I won't get enough friction, then that's going to be even worse. Before I started stitching in the well routinely, I would often have to move or remove my hoop in order to be able to bury my threads and finish my stitches. And because of my ADHD, anything that creates a barrier to me to continuing to stitch is something that risks me losing momentum on my project. So I need to minimize that as much as possible. Another problem that's created for me by the most common way of loading your fabric into a hoop is that in order to hold that hoop, I have pretty much only one grip available to me, and that is to use these fingers on the back side of the hoop and my thumb on the top side. Now, this is kind of a crampy position for me. My hand will cramp pretty quickly when I'm using that position. The other thing is you'll notice that my thumb is touching the top of my project. So even if I clean my hands frequently before I start and while working on a project, I'm going to get some dead skin cells, some incidental drive-by dirt, and some of the oils from my skin worked their way into the fabric here. And sometimes that's such a significant stain that it won't come out when washing. And I have a few of my early projects that I had to get kind of creative with framing in order to crop out that ring of deeply impregnated oil and dirt that I could just never wash out. And another problem that I've experienced while stitching with this method is that my excess fabric will sometimes get wrapped around the back of my project. And once or twice I have accidentally stitched that extra fabric to my project because I couldn't see it and I wasn't really paying as good of attention to it. If, on the other hand, I load my fabric with it in the well position, which I can do right now through the magic of editing, then a lot of those problems get mediated. For one thing, The hoop is no longer in the way of me being able to run my needle under some existing threads in order to finish off some stitches. I also now have additional ways that I can hold the hoop while stitching. And for me, being able to hold it like this with my thumb against the side of the hoop and my fingers hooked around the inside of the hoop like this is just a lot more comfortable and less likely to make my hand cramp. Obviously, your experience may be different. Another advantage is that all the ways that I would hold this hoop now make it so that the places that I'm touching are primarily either the hoop itself or the back of my project. My thumb no longer has to touch the front of my project in order to get a good grip on the hoop. So that helps keep my work cleaner. Another big advantage that I have is if I am working on the surface and I happen to drop my needle while trying to thread it or while switching around, that needle will actually just get caught in the well of the hoop, and I'm less likely to have it wind up in my lap or my couch, the bottom of my foot, etc., all the other places that lost needles wind up. This is also extra handy if you're working with beads, because you know if you work with beads, you drop them and they will just roll down and nestle on the inside of the hoop instead of rolling off onto the floor. It also is easier to manage the excess fabric because it tends to curl up instead of curling down. And so since I started stitching in the well, I have never accidentally sewn the extra fabric to the back of my project. Make sure you find Caterpillar Cross Stitch in all of the other places that we exist on the web. Sign up for our email newsletter so that you'll get all the information about upcoming stitch-alongs, retreats, that kind of stuff, plus 10 free PDF cross-stitch patterns as soon as you sign up. Hit the link in the description or in the first pinned comment, and find Caterpillar Cross Stitch on Facebook and on Instagram to be able to get all of the advantages of our tremendous supportive community. Now, you may find some disadvantages if you start using this. Personally, I haven't found any downsides to stitching in the well the way that I do. Some people just don't like it. It feels sort of heretical to people. If your hand shape or strength pattern is different from mine, then that grip might not work well for you, which is understandable. But I haven't found any downsides for me to using this method. But there are a couple of times that I don't use the stitching in the well method. The most notable of those is when I am working on a pattern that has a decent number of French knots. Because in order to tie those French knots, I need to get down very close to the surface of the fabric and I need to get both hands in there. Now, I made an entire tutorial video about making French knots, and if you struggle with them, go and check that out. I've had a lot of people tell me that they've never made a good French knot before, and then after watching my tutorial, they were actually able to do it. So go check that out. But loading the fabric on the drum is one of the prerequisites for my method, so that is a time when I will switch. Another time that I will switch to stitching on the drum is when I'm using a technique that I taught you about a little while ago called Tramming, which is running some thread underneath some existing stitches in order to get better coverage and fill without adding strands. It's kind of a game-changing technique, so check that out if you haven't seen that either. But again, because I need to be close to the surface of the fabric, the hoop can get in the way of that if I'm stitching in the well. So it's kind of the opposite of the problem that I have when burying my thread ends. Now, those are some of my top reasons for stitching in the well, besides the fact that I just like to do it, and I get asked about it a lot, which is the reason I decided to make this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, but that is all I have for you today. I do want to thank you so much for watching. For Caterpillar Cross Stitch, my name is Ford. This is my supervisor, Nugget. We'll see you next week. All right, Nugget, that's it. You want to come down?